Hello my friends all over the world, this is Abdulkafi Hamdu from Idlib city. I'm gonna speak today about Corona and the idea of Corona. I'm gonna answer many questions that you might have in your mind about Corona in Syria and about Corona for the Idlib people who are now living in the worst humanitarian situation in the modern era. I want to tell you that Syrian people in Idlib don't see Corona as the worst for them, because in fact what is worse is Assad, Russia and Iran and their offensives against Syrians. If you compare the amount and the number of victims that are made by coronavirus and the amount of the victims who are committed by Russia, Iran and Assad, we're gonna see the big difference between the numbers and even the humanitarian crisis and even the big destruction that happens between both of them. We're gonna see that Assad, Russia and Iran are advanced more and more in this issue. Maybe the only difference between them is that Corona affects the whole world, while we see Assad, Russia and Iran affects only Syrians, and the only people who are affected by this are Syrians, who might be not important for the world, because we didn't see any emergencies are held to protect Syrians from this virus called Assad, while we see that many conferences and meetings are held for or to protect people from this virus called Corona. Even now, people in fact are not thinking a lot of coronavirus, while they are thinking more in Assad and Russia and Iran's offensive. If that happens, millions are in danger and they might be eliminated within months, and that's that very big number to think and to worry about more than Corona, although both of them are dangerous against people's lives. But can we say that people in Idlib are worried about coronavirus? In fact, yes, and they're worried a lot about that, because if this virus came in, it won't leave. In fact, here people are not protected against any kind of viruses, including Assad, of course, because now we don't have any humanitarian assistance that might help us to face that kind of problem. While we see that there are no tools in the pharmacies, if we go, in fact most of these pharmacies are empty of such tools that help us to protect ourselves. I tried to have a mask from the pharmacies and they said there are no such things nowadays. They're worried a lot also because here people are living in camps and without walls to separate people from each other. Millions are living there. Here behind me are in tents that can't protect people from each other. If one of them is affected, millions will be affected within hours, I think. But if there are any confirmed cases in Syria, in Idlib in fact, we can say that there are no confirmed cases, and that's because Syria and Idlib exactly are already abandoned from the world. For 9 years we are abandoned from the world, from the external world. So this is the only benefit that we've got till now, that we don't have, till now at least, coronavirus. While we see that's different in the Syrian regime areas, where the Iranian fighters are coming every day to Syria from Iran, while Syrian regime can't announce that there is virus corona in that area, because they can't prevent Iranians from coming to Syria, because they are the real controllers of the country. So if this is allowed, maybe the international awareness might be raised. But if there are any attempts and movements to stop this virus from spreading in Idlib, if it comes, in fact there are some attempts from the non-governmental organizations and from the White Helmets, in addition to the Ministry of Health that's related to the interim government, are trying to to test people and to protect people, and all here schools and universities are stopped. But nevertheless, you cannot prevent people from going out, because they need to eat, they need to drink, they need to make their life. But if this coronavirus could enter to Syria, to Idlib, I'm gonna tell you that the worst is coming. The worst haven't been seen yet in the world, while we see thousands, dozens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of cases within 3 or 4 months in the world. You're gonna see millions of cases in Syria within days, and that might be a real catastrophe that the world should be aware of. At the end, of course, I hope the world would recover soon from this virus called Corona, and I hope that Syrians also would recover from that virus called Assad.